Have you ever thought about this sentence? Why did God created us? He was lonely. You have also heard this sentence. No one is indispensable. But I say everyone is necessary. That's suppose that you believe in God to understand the rest. Or rather, many ask themselves these questions shortly before dying. Panic sets in when you see yourself leaving this world. Why is faith in God so complicated? Faith calls for a deep understanding of the heart and is in fact a simple reality. Faith in God is confusing. On the one hand, it has inspired great theologians. Let us mention only Origen, St. Augustine, or St. Thomas Aquinas as examples. Man who can be classified among the great geniuses of humanity because of the importance of their work, the depths of their intelligence, and their spiritual life. So much so that they continue to inspire contemporary Christian reflection. St. Augustine attached great importance to the search for a greater understanding of the faith. He expressed it in a happy formula, love to understand. For him, this work of reason is one with the adherence of the heart to God revealed in Jesus Christ. It is an intelligence of the heart, much deeper than the intelligence we use to solve the problem in daily life. But I have not answered the question, why did God created us? You have to go to the Bible to try to understand. The Bible, written between the 8th and the 2nd century before Christ, and that of the New Testament between the middle of the 1st and the beginning of the 2nd century. In the Bible, there are two accounts of the creation. They are found in Genesis. These two stories do not claim to be historical description. In fact, they are very different, but they do tell us some essential things. In the first story, written 600 years before Christ, God is like a craftsman. He makes things and he sees that they are good. In the second story, which is much older, God shapes a man like a potter and puts his breath of life into him. The man becomes alive. He speaks and asks for a companion. God then created the woman, and he stays with them. God did not create them to abandon them. He accompanies them like a parent. Of course, none of these stories tells us why God creates. However, they do tell us that he does not do it out of interest, but freely. He gives life because he finds it good and because he loves the living. What I believe is that in the eyes of all religion, God is the creator of the universe. What is specific about Christian? What do Christians say about why God created the universe? God created out of love. He wanted to create a being that he could relate to. He created a free being who cannot be forced to love. God does not impose himself. He proposed himself. So, you and I are free to love God. It is this phrase that has become unimportant for many in this world. And yes, this freedom, or God gives himself to you if you want. It is so logical and so simple to understand. So God is not complicated. Here you go, and you have a nice day.